Just doing a replace on the factory film here on the trike. Getting a little footage for you. There's Eric, myself, and Rocky's around here someplace. He's done their film here in the past, but just want to give you a little glimpse of how we're handling this old film, and we'll be replacing with XPEL Ultimate.
And not come up with the film.
Yeah, you almost want to stretch it off.
So we're trying to get it to
so that might have been 80 to 90% of our problem when we were taking it off.
But by doing that, pulling it back again, so we're trying to get it to release the adhesive on there. We can get a little more heat down here.
Keep the stretch angle shallow. Okay, let's regroup here. Not pulling it this way, pulling it very shallow, stretching it off of the bike. You got too warm there. You get it too warm, it's going to do that. Booyah. Steady. Okay, this is post old film removal, back to good.
Top of the world, Mom. I'm famous now.
Here we go to the fun part. Installing the XPEL. Rocky, I'm gonna make some work for you over here.
Yeah, it's fine. I can take that out.
How do I keep the screen on?
Just touch it.
Major breakage to you, man, but that edge is going to stay there. You can't take it off.
Doesn't mean I can't try.
I'll give you half a point. No distance.
you can see how much of the panel is actually covered. Instead of just the outside face, it's wrapping around the front edge and all the way to the outside edges of the panel.
Have your tag. Final wipe is one fluid motion from start of the panel off of it to keep any debris. I don't want to wipe like this because I'll just pull dirt back. So I'll start from one end and go all the way off the other edge of the panel. I'll place it as close to being in position as possible right from the get-go, and then I don't have to worry so much about stretching or getting it back into position. So I'm checking as many reference points as possible to make sure that it's aligned properly and ready for my next move. Be sure that I don't end up with sealed edges and bubbles and silver marks. I always start from center and I'll work my way out, so I never trap any fluid on an edge and then try running fluid back through a tack point. These kits are pretty darn handy. They're fitting coast to coast from edge of the panel to the edge of the panel, and I'm not really having to stretch them at all. Just keeping them in position. Always grab the film, spray it first if you need to spray your fingers, so that when you grab it you don't leave a fingerprint.
That's a mist of gel going on first, of XPEL's installation gel.
If you leave that, if you peel it to the end and you let the paper hang, it'll keep the piece from blowing around if a breeze happens to come through. It's sticking on itself. can see on this piece, you can see all my fingers are on the outside because of the contour. So they'll teach you this in training, but the stretch needs to happen wherever there are no fingers to be able to get rid of this excess material, which is really easy to do with XPEL. To tack it. Come around here, I'll show.
You can hear where it's stuck. You want the film to be free from the panel. It should move freely.
The temptation is going to be to stretch it until you get the material out, but just put constant pressure on it. Just keep it kind of a light wiggle, and you can wiggle it and it'll just kind of relax. And you can see the excess film just kind of goes away.
Do it again.
Got a little piece of fuzz under here, so you can just feel free to lift it back. Soapy water, just kind of flush it out of here. And I'm taking and I'm plowing it out. I'm running it straight out to the edge. And then once I wipe it dry, the film won't try to suck up the fluid anymore, and it'll be down. As you can see, you can just pull it back up if you need to for any reason. Get your soapy water so it'll come back into the end of the very back of the lift, and then just go straight back out with it. Lightly wipe it dry, no pressure, just running the towel over it. Voila, spirit fingers. The masterful Eric Bartle at work. Yeah, now that you're prepared for a full fender.
Clean that spot.
Hey, you're gonna have to pick that up, buddy.
You said you were paid out on
And just for that,
How much? Dude.
I'm confused.
It's $320. Okay. Tack point, down low, out of sight. Steady tension on it, the fingers relax out of it. And feel free to lift it back up. Keep that steady pressure.